Welcome to the Unsolicited Opinions podcast, where we bring you the real,
The raw,
the relevant.
relevant.
I'm your girl, Malika.
Ryan J in the building.
And we are the Unsolicited Opinions podcast, back for another episode. Y'all ready?
It's been a minute.
Yes.
Y'all been wondering where we been. My here making a pleasure product
Yes, pleasure product.
business.
Yes.
I ain't gonna say store.
Please don't. That's bad. That's a bad connotation.
A
like
pleasure
that.
product business. Can we get a round of applause for another black-owned business owner out here in these streets?
Thank you.
Okay, so we have the introduction of
The Silk Boxx.
the Silk Boxx.
Yes.
Okay, so
Or the reintroduction.
the reintroduction.
Yes.
What made you name it the Silk Boxx? Like, what was that? How did you come up with that name?
Oddly enough, I was kind of like alley-ooped the name, you know what I'm saying? I was working out with Kev. You know, he was my trainer for a minute.
Shout out
and
to
he
Kev.
said he was driving down the street and he was like, I saw a toy store named the Velvet Box. And I was like, I like that, but I like silk better. Like, I like my stuff silky.
Silk
so
sounds sexy.
It sounds sexy, yeah.
Yeah,
So I named it the Silk Boxx. So
Mhm.
shout out to Kev for that.
yeah.
You know?
Shout out to Kev. Yeah, the Silk Boxx is a very catchy name. It's very like, I think it matches your
Aesthetic.
yes, that's a good word.
See?
Aesthetic.
I-
Yeah. It matches
That's
the
why we
aesthetic.
here.
So what made you want to start a pleasure product business? Because that's not a business everyone starts. You know, we got the hair, we got the nails, we got the makeup, but the pleasure product business isn't something that someone do every day. So what made you want to start that type of business?
Well, the obvious answer is I like toys.
Mhm.
The second answer is I realized how many women have never experienced the orgasm, and that kind of upset me a little bit. That was kind of sad. Like, the statistic is very high on women that have orgasm just from sex alone.
Yeah.
So, well, it's low from sex, but
Okay, wait. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna let you continue. Is there a difference between coming and orgasm? Is there a difference?
I think an orgasm feels different.
Okay.
To me, and
Okay.
everybody there may be a more technical definition, but for me, like, coming is just wetness. Like,
Okay.
That's
okay.
for me. But when
Okay.
I think of an orgasm, I think of like the whole body
Mhm.
orgasming. It's like you can tell
Mhm.
when a woman is orgasming. Like, she can't
Yeah. control
control like her bodily function.
Yeah, I feel
Right?
you.
Bruh.
I feel you.
I'm screaming.
Okay, so
you
you
ever met
say
a woman orgasm? You ever seen that in real life?
We gonna get
Or
to
is
that.
that only on TV?
we gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
We gonna get
I
to
ain't
that.
know if he was really into that.
we
If
gonna
he
get
was
to
really
that.
that or not, you know. I ain't know.
So you said you funny for that. So you said there's a statistic out there that says that a certain percentage of women has an orgasm.
I think it's like about 75% of women don't orgasm from
Mhm.
sex.
That's crazy. That's a high number.
That is extremely
We think we
high.
them niggas and we just out here just.
And we be lying to y'all. That's the real problem.
That is a problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna just shut up. I ain't gonna make no noise. I'm just.
I can respect that. I can respect that. Making fake noises, we ain't doing that.
No, for real. For real.
Okay, so due to women not orgasming, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to start a business.
Yeah.
That's part of it, obviously. But well, so what about the toys helps make women orgasm? Because I also saw a podcast that said that a lot of women don't know their bodies. Like, they don't know their
They don't.
right.
They
So
don't know what they like.
Right. So
They don't know what they enjoy.
if you don't know what you like, how do you expect a man to give you what you like? So that's where the toys come in,
That's
right?
my biggest thing. yeah.
Okay. So tell me more about that as how a woman is supposed to find what she
Yeah.
likes with toys.
So some women prefer clitoral stimulation. Some
Mhm.
women prefer penetration.
Mm-hmm.
Some women are more into like BDSM, which is just like pain. Everybody don't like the same things, and once you kind of figure out what you don't like, will make it easier for when you are having sex with your partner, because then you will know where to direct them, like how to direct them.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's a good, you know what? And we don't talk about that enough. I just learned something today.
What you learn?
That when you having these conversations, because, we always had these, I don't think as we get older, we don't talk about it too much as
Right.
opposed to when we're younger. But we don't ask like, so what makes you come? Like, is it your clit?
I think
Is
it's
it your penetration?
weird
Is it
to have it just as a natural conversation for people.
Right, it
to
is. It
some
is.
people. So I think when you're actually in the act of having sex, that's where the direction and the guidance comes from. I'm not gonna lie, I got to the point where I was like, I'm not telling nobody how to please me, but you have to.
Yeah,
Like
you have to. Yeah,
you literally have
yeah,
to.
you have to.
So if like in your case, if somebody giving you head and you like, girl, use them teeth one more time.
I've done that before.
You smacking the back of the head.
No, she said, "What am I supposed to do? Take my teeth out?" And I was like, "Get out." What you?
I'm just saying.
Nah, you right though. So but how does that conversation happen? Because I mean, we older, so back then we used to have these like weird conversations, like, "So what turn you on? What turn you off?" Like,
Do people not still have those conversations?
no, we do, but I think it was a more of like it was like a what do you do when you go to the doctor? It's like a
Exam? Like
like
a
you filling
questionnaire?
a questionnaire. Like it's like a
Okay.
whole questionnaire. But as we get older, it's kind of like we had these conversations, but like we more try to figure it out as we go along.
Yeah.
So I think we don't talk about because if we get the baseline of I'm a clitoral stimulator, or I'm a
Yeah.
penetrational stimulator, or I'm a mental stimulator, or
Yeah.
I'm a physical stimulator, then that'll be easier to.
Some people are like where they can like get off on their own imagination.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, some people
Exactly.
can get off on their own imagination.
Yeah. So I think that's something that I think based on what I'm learning is that conversation needs to be had because I can be thinking the whole time like, yeah, I'm drilling her. It's like, I'm more of I'm more of a mental stimulator. I'm more of like a physical pain BDSM type of person.
Yeah.
So me not knowing that, if you want to please your partner, you have to know that.
I think it's easy because, like, let's say you just like back shots and you like, hey, you could do missionary, but back shots is what's gonna get me there. Like
Right.
that's an easy conversation.
Yeah.
So like everybody, I know men specifically all finish in different positions. So
Mhm.
that's something that's important to learn so
Mhm.
you know where your person is most comfortable.
This is a good point we get into. So, is there a point where people get nervous or uncomfortable about sharing their
Kinks.
Yes, because if I'm into like I'm gonna just use a hypothetical. I
Don't
wanna
say
go-
nothing crazy.
Yeah, I ain't
Don't
gonna say
get
nothing
us
crazy.
canceled. Don't get us canceled.
But-
Okay, say feet.
I mean, yeah, you can say feet. Like, say I'm a person who like I like feet, and it's like I want you to use your feet to pleasure me.
Yeah,
Right.
masturbate you.
Right, but you may not know that, but I'm embarrassed because it's like everybody not into that. So if I tell you, you may look at me like, "You want to use your feet? Like you want me to use my feet on you?"
I think that's a part of being an adult and like telling people what you like and
Right.
allowing them to decide if they're with that or not.
Yeah,
Cause I don't know. I don't think that's first date conversation.
it's definitely not. Definitely not.
But it could be depending on where you meet. If you're on Tinder, you just like you want to, quick night,
Mm-hmm.
quick night. I know they all go hand in hand. But it depends on what the conversation is like. But if you got somebody that's kind of like, oh, I'm actually here for a long time and I'm trying to be with you, that might not be a first night conversation.
Definitely not. It would be, yeah. I guess I'm trying to ask like what would be that comfort zone to ask what.
I think you just got to be comfortable with the person.
Yeah, that's true.
You
That's
just
true.
got to be comfortable with the person.
I think, yeah, you're right. I think when I can say about women that when a woman loves you or likes you a lot, she's willing to try some stuff.
Yeah.
Even if she don't really agree with it, she like, I do this because I
It's
fuck with dude.
huh, you want me to do what?
Yeah.
All right. Don't tell nobody this. Well, okay. That's fine.
Oh my God.
What kind of kinks you got?
I can't do this right now. Wait, let me finish. I can't do this right now. This is getting too deep. I need 2 more shots for this. Okay, so before we continue, right, I want to get into some of your products.
Okay.
We've talked about this before. I know you took some stuff off the shelf. Like, I was gonna order the little twisty thing that go up and down.
Oh yeah.
That little toy. I wasn't really into that, but I'm just
I think
like,
somebody named it the Gawk Gawk 3000 or something
Yeah.
like that. Start with the thing that's like really cool to me is the candle. Ryan, can you hold up the
I
candle?
like the candle. Yo, and let me tell you, if I walk in and I see this and I know I'm getting some, I'm about to do everything right. What you want me to rub your feet?
Hold
You
it
want me
up
to
to
lick
the
your big toe?
camera so
I'm
the camera
lit.
know what it say. It say, when this candle is lit, give me that. Ick. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's like a cute way to like tell your person that you want to have sex, or just like a fun gag gift, like Father's Day, Valentine's Day, anything, just any way to go ahead and like spark up the day. I can't stand Ryan, bro. Okay, so the one that everybody knows about
Mhm.
is the rose. That's
course.
like the most obvious one.
Yeah, everyone loves the rose.
Everyone loves the rose. Why do you think people love the rose?
I mean, I just think that's like, you can't miss. It's like top tier, I guess.
But why?
I don't really know. I just think does it have gears?
So the rose is a vibrator.
Right. Okay.
And it basically does a sucking motion. So this little hole here, if a woman puts her clit in there, it sucks it. It basically goes back and forth and sucks it. So women really be like done with this in like 3 minutes top.
For real?
Yeah. I just saw something on freaking Instagram that said women have rose parties where like they get together. This is just what I saw on Instagram. I've never seen any of these. Never heard. Never been to one. But women get together with their roses and whoever like comes last gets. This is what I saw.
Wow.
This is what I saw. I don't know if it's true.
We got to do a
seen one.
podcast on this. A live podcast.
Why would we? I won't be there unless I'm selling the toys. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta. This is a pleasure product party. PPP loan.
PPP. That's my stuff. You know that.
Okay, so everybody, the rose is obviously popular. That's like the thing. Like that's like the tap out.
That's the one everybody knows about. You know. And then they upgraded that bad boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, they did.
They upgraded.
Oh, they got the Rose 2.0?
The Rose 2.0. Not that I know, but.
Oh, this got a on it.
Why you gotta say it like that? So I call this one Gemini because it's 2 heads, 2 sides. But, yeah. And then it sucks here, and then it's for penetration on this end. So if a woman put this on her clit and stick it inside at the same time. And you can actually be in her at the same time while she's using this. So.
Oh, so you can use one and then be in her while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a little shocked right now. I'm a little taken back. Okay, so I want to touch it, but I don't want to touch that part.
Why? You so childish. It's not going to fuck you.
Don't care.
Just touch it.
I'll touch this part. Childish. I'll be childish. This one, so this one feels a little stronger than
what
that
do you
one.
Mean? No,
like,
I mean, no, it's
not,
going to be the
okay.
same. The top part is going to be the same. The rose itself is going to be the same. It's more so just the bottom part that's added.
Okay.
So you can have penetration and clitoral stimulation.
Okay.
And this is not going to replace you guys, so don't be afraid of that.
Yeah,
what?
I just feel like we was replaced years ago.
Yeah,
we was replaced years ago.
You know, what do I always say? It is your tag team partner. You're supposed to tag it in.
Yeah, you're right.
And use it together. It's not meant to replace you.
Okay, that's
y'all
right.
use it together.
Okay.
Why can't y'all just?
So we got the rose. We got the rose and the Gemini.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we got this tongue. And it just basically flicks at the end. It's a vibrator too. And you just turn it on and it vibrates.
So it's like the outer tongue. Because the rose, you got to put it in, and then that, it's like the outside of it, right?
No, it's all clit. It's all based on your clit.
Yeah.
So it just vibrates.
How many gears does this have?
I think 10.
10? This is so unfair. Why we don't got 10 toys? Or 10 gears?
You can.
We don't have none.
Y'all too afraid. Y'all don't want to buy nothing.
Shit.
Y'all too afraid. Y'all are afraid to expand your horizons.
I can't compete with this. What
yes,
the
you
fuck
can.
is this? You see how this be going? Dog, my tongue will be out in like 2 minutes. What is this? Are you shitting? Oh, nah.
What?
I'm hitting the gears.
Yeah. You need to grow up.
Look, this the gears right here. I'm showing you right now.
But why you can't use it together? Why you can Ryan? He is so childish.
Oh, no, this is wild.
You are so childish. Get me here.
I mean, you can use it together. I mean, that would be the plan, but I'm just saying, like, the gears on that is crazy. Whoever built the motors in those, y'all need to raise, because that's wild. That's super wild.
Oh, I'm screaming.
That's super wild.
And then I won't take this one out, but this one is the app that you can use for
I
long
heard
distance
about that.
relationships.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Even if you're just going out for date night.
Yeah, I heard of that.
It's not open, but you get the gist of it. It has an app, and I might have what you actually insert.
This is cool because, like, I always had this vision of you go on a date and then you sitting across from each other and the waiter come, and while you trying to order your food, and she's like, yeah, I want the chicken.
I think I left it in the car.
Okay, let me see the cuffs.
Okay, the cuffs are like my favorite.
Why are they your favorite?
Because anything like bondage wise is like really cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm always afraid. Like I have to really trust you to cuff me because I
That's why
feel
you
like
don't get real handcuffs. Most of the cuffs, pick them up on the side. It got the little thing where you can like.
oh, you can do it yourself.
You can open it yourself.
Yeah, cause you seen the one where the guy he was cuffed to the roof and then she took the plunger and put it on his stomach.
No, what? What was you watching?
It was on Instagram. It wasn't nothing kinky.
Oh, okay.
It was on Instagram.
I'm like, what site you was on?
And then the other one was the lady put on candle wax. She put her candle wax on him, and he was like, "Damn, this hurt." She was like, "Shut the fuck up, little bitch." And I'm just like,
what is this? Did you dream this?
No, I mean maybe this might be through my history. You never know.
I could see you being into some shit like that. And then another one that people love are wands.
I heard about the wands.
This is a smaller wand. You know, they got the older ones that you used to see in like old school porns that be all big and at the top. A lot of people like those. Those are powerful.
Okay.
But this one is a wand as well. I have this in 2 other colors. I think it's purple and pink. So it's the blue.
Jazz, are you shitting me? Do you hear that?
It's not even that bad yet.
That shit sound like an airplane. That shit sound like a plane flying by. So wait, what's the difference? Look at this.
I know. Make my man think I'm using my toothbrush, my little toothbrush in the bathroom, but it really be my wand. Grow up.
This is wild. Okay, so what's the difference between this and a rose as far as like, does this cover more ground because it's bigger?
Yeah, so you're gonna have more so like of your whole clit. The rose just sucks the clit. So this is more so like it's clitoral stimulation as well. You can't stick that in your. I mean, you can if you want to, but that's not what it's made for. But yeah, it's gonna do the same thing, but it's just like.
Is it better or because that sounds like more direct? Like I'm hitting the exact spot. This is more
this
like
this is gonna get you where you need to be immediately. Like you gonna get to the exit as soon as you need to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like for a quick one. This one, I think I always tell people to use this and a bullet because I have a bullet. It's called Pretty Little Thing.
Yeah.
These are called Pillow Princess.
The ones I'm having magic show on my room.
I feel like these and the bullets are good for like couples.
Okay. Oh, so the rose isn't really a couple thing?
I mean, it is. It definitely is, but she gonna be like, stop touching me within like a couple minutes.
So but if you're trying to do something with your partner, you kind of want to extend it. Like you want it to be like a longevity thing. Okay, so if you trying to do something with couples, you want the wand or the bullet?
Yeah, or the bullet.
At the same time or like at different times, you saying?
The bullet and the wand together?
Well, I guess you can't do that.
That would be terrible.
Okay, so it's one or the other.
Yeah.
But how does the bullet give longevity?
Because it's like this but smaller.
Oh, okay. It covers ground, but it's just smaller.
The bullet is about this big, and I don't know why I didn't bring a bullet, but it's like that big.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that big. And then I have Kegel balls.
Now you really got to educate me on this. I don't know what Kegel balls are.
So women will insert those into their vaginas, and they will wear them. And it basically tightens your vaginal walls because you can do Kegels around them.
Oh, it's like
so
exercise.
You push them. Yeah, so like let's say if I had one in right now, I could be sitting here with one in and just like squeezing my vaginal walls.
Y'all have so many perks. So because it's like
have
it makes
you
it
ever
stronger.
been inside of a woman and she squeezes it?
Have I?
That's basically it.
Have I?
I'm still a virgin,
Didn't
so
last
I don't
long.
know, but it is what it is. I always say
no, shut up. Say what you said again.
I always say if you don't have
shut up. What you just say?
If you don't have kids, you a virgin.
Okay, whatever.
I'm just saying. Anywho, then I also have anal plugs.
Oh, you got 3.
They come in different sizes. It's a set. Oh, these.
Okay, let me see. Let me.
I think these 2 are the same size.
Okay,
so look at that. So
ladies
they
and
come
gentlemen,
in 3 different sizes, but I think those 3 are the same.
These
size.
2, I fully understand. What you doing with this?
You can't. No judgment. This is a judgment-free zone.
I'm not judging you. I'm just asking you what you doing with this.
Sticking it in their anus.
What are we talking about? Like a newly fresh anus or like a used anus?
I would hope not. But I would think that that's why they're different sizes, so you can get yourself to that point. People wear them as well as have sex with them in.
I mean, I think this is nice, but like
yeah, it's pretty. I got them in different colors. I got one that's fully rainbow, and then I got some that are like light blue, orange, and dark blue.
So have anybody ever bought this one? Like the bigger one?
This is gonna be. It comes as a set. So if you buy the anal plugs, they come as a set. You get all 3.
Okay. Well, I was gonna.
So
ask
you can train it.
If
you
anybody,
can train your anus.
it's crazy. I didn't know y'all was into all of that.
Why?
I just didn't know.
I'm sure you've met women that are into these type of things.
I've only had one woman pull out maybe two women who pulled out a toy on me. It's not a lot.
Ooh, what was that first like toy pull out experience like? Were you like, oh hell no? You were like, oh, this is interesting, or don't use that on me? What was that like?
It was she pulled it out at the moment. She didn't ask me prior to that.
Yeah, you. Why would she?
I don't know. I'm not experienced with toys like that. And
Okay.
then she was like, I want to try this.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of a her thing.
Yeah.
It was a ring. Can I say it on
Okay.
YouTube? It was a ock ring.
You're gonna have to blur it out.
It was an ock ring, but it had another thing on there to where it goes anally. So it was she was getting double penetration.
Oh, it was black. Was it black?
Blue.
Okay.
So it was more of a her pleasure type of thing. But I was interested in like, this is interesting.
If
Like,
it turns her on.
yeah, it was.
If
Yeah,
it gets her where she needs to
right.
be.
But it was
you
just
were
interesting
okay with it.
knowing like I'm using a toy because it's my first time using a toy.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know. I was more in shock. I was more focused on the toy than the actual thing because it's like this is cool, but this is like how am I supposed to feel about this?
I
Because it
mean,
happened so fast.
it's for you or for her.
Both. It happened so fast. Yeah, it was interesting.
I don't know. I think toys are really cool, honestly.
Mhm.
I just don't like that a lot of men feel that is gonna replace them or they're afraid of them. And it's like, bro, this is your foreplay
Mhm.
partner.
Yeah.
You use this during foreplay, you're good.
Yeah. It's like taking a break.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
how often do y'all just sometimes just want to get to it? Like y'all don't want to do all the extras that go beforehand. You just want to have sex, and you
Mhm.
like, okay, I wish I could have something that would,
Go there. Yeah.
yeah, just get you ready, and then
Mhm.
I could just go ahead and insert myself.
I think the next generation is gonna be more into toys because
It's so heavily marketed now.
yeah, and then I just think that we're getting more comfortable with the sexual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like before, I don't know what happened, but I remember when Kevin Gates was talking about eating ass, and then everybody came out talking about they ate ass, but they never said nothing.
Yeah,
So like, I feel like we do stuff, we just we be afraid to say it
right.
behind closed doors. So there's people out there using toys.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that it's not talked about, and I think eventually it's gonna come out like we've been using toys. It's just that
Forever, bro,
Yeah.
like forever.
yeah.
Why do you think eating ass is such a taboo?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
Why are people so afraid to talk about it?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question.
Why are people so afraid to talk about sex and sex toys when everybody having sex?
I think that we was taught young to like if you don't talk about it, you're not supposed to do it. Like other countries are more openly talking about sex. It's like it's funny because we promote it, but we don't want to talk about it in school or sex ed. Or if we talk about it, we feel like our kids gonna do it. They're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
I
something we
think
should talk about.
I think is interesting because a lot of people that have sex like their first time, they're younger. Like
Mhm.
they may be in high school, they may be in middle school. I think at that point when you're having sex, you're just having sex just because it's something to do.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
agree.
don't really know what pleasure is. At that point, as women, men are asking us, was that good to you? And we like, yeah, we have no fucking clue. Like we just saying, yeah, because he liked it. I don't know.
Right.
And as you get older, you start to learn your body. That's why I think masturbation is great because you start to know, like, okay, I'm supposed to feel like this, and you're not making me feel like this.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people can't replicate that feeling. Like, you know, some women may not be able to orgasm from penetration. Some people may not be able to
Yeah.
orgasm from oral stimulation. Like,
Yeah.
it just depends. Some women just cannot orgasm. That's the thing.
It's crazy how like y'all are more complicated than us when it comes to sex.
I mean, y'all just boom, 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 and y'all done. Like,
Right. There's women who don't like head. No, there's women who like head, but you don't come from head like at all. Like
Right.
I know women who've never came from head at all, but penetration is lit. And then the other way around, like they don't really come from penetration, but then the clit is lit. And it's like there's some who don't.
The clit is
th-
lit. I'm gonna put that on the
It's
hat.
some who I've met who've never orgasm at all. It
Yeah.
just feels good to them, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, y'all are just so different. Like you literally, it's a puzzle piece every single time.
That's why it's important to learn the woman that you're with
Mm-hmm.
because you can't take what you did with Tammy and give it to Felicia.
I agree.
Because Felicia gonna be like, what is this? You gonna be like, girl, this is my best stuff.
Right.
Tammy used to love this. And she gonna be like, that ain't got shit to do with me.
Right.
Like,
I agree with that.
That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You have to learn my body. You can't do the same thing you did with the last person.
I agree with that.